Today we go to events, we go to occasions. They say item 7. Whenever they mention the word item 7, everybody knows that that is the time they are going to share food. Item 7 means sharing of food in occasions and events. Where does that come from? Before we go to that, that will also answer a question. Why? Why will God come to Nigeria and call only one ethnic group? Yoruba people. That time when God they call big Yoruba pastors. Why you not go call pastors to make everybody preach for their asses? Because if you check Nigeria, you discover that all the big men of God where we get from the beginning are from the Yoruba land, and sparingly from the Igbos. Anybody will be big pastor for Nigeria will not be Yoruba man. If you check the history, now Yoruba man trainer. Now, there was a conference that was held in Berlin, Germany, and the item 7 agenda of that conference was the sharing of Africa. That is, they share Africa like a cake. And that is why if we go to event and they say item 7, everybody is waiting for sharing of food. So before that conference, and how did they share Africa, and among who did they share Africa? Africa was shared among European giants. The Belgium, the British, the Portuguese, and all of them. And as they share us to themselves, that is how they came to Africa to colonize us from that round table. And that is why Nigeria was given to Great Britain on that table. Cameroon was given to France on that table. And that was how all African countries was shared among them. And that is why they never had issues or fought among themselves trying to colonize us. But before this sharing formula, which is the origin of that item 7 that we all talked about, I want you to know that before they shared us, they first of all sent missionaries, people who they sent to come and spy on our society and bring relevant information to them. And when those missionaries was coming, they came with information about God, whom they never served, and whom the information of that same God is not completely circulated in their society, of which if it was out of love that they have for us, they would have made sure they share the gospel message among themselves before coming to Africa. But no, Africa is the target. And they came as reverend fathers, as missionaries, with instructions not to get married to people from our society. Because they know that if there was an intermarital relationship between those reverend fathers and those missionaries and our people, the reverend fathers will begin to have offspring among our people, and along the line, they might tell them the truth. So they instructed them strongly not to have sexual intercourse with our people or get married to them, so that there will never be any ancestral ties with our people. Although a lot of their work has violated this, that is not the topic of the day. Now, when the missionaries came to our society, the Catholic missionaries, the Baptists, the Anglicans, each of these churches representing the countries from where they are headquartered, to bring information about our mountains and valleys and our mineral resources. And it is with the help of this missionary they got to know the major psychological aspect of our society, which was the strong belief in our ancestors. And as such, they needed to bring a religion that will contradict what we believe and scatter us across those religious teachings. The missionaries was asking our people to tell them their secrets, and they call it confession. There was a time everybody will come to church on Sunday, then we go and meet the reverend father to confess their sins, and during that confession they reveal important secrets, deep secrets about themselves and their household, how many artifacts, how many juju they have, and those white people collected them and made away with it. During those confessions, they asked them sensitive questions, things that they wouldn't have known, and that was how they got to know the strength of our belief and our magic. And while those missionaries were moving from one place to place, claiming to be spreading the word of God, they were also documenting the vegetations, they were documenting information about weather and climate, which can be easily used to forecast the nature of mineral resources that should be present in a place. And that was how, when they came down to hunt for slaves, they were using the information that was given to them by the initial spies they sent into their society, called the missionaries. And whom did they interact with? They interacted with the Yoruba people, because that was the channel of slave trade. It is not miraculous that the Yorubas will embrace Christianity and the modern day churches far faster than every other tribe, because they saw the lies in it and they saw the business aspect of it. And I discovered that the first broadcasting radio station in Nigeria was a Christian broadcasting radio station, Iwo Iroyin, established by missionaries. So as at that time, somebody did not deem it fit to broadcast information relating to how our societies could have strong values, relating to creating awareness of abundance of mineral resources in our society, creating awareness about the importance of agriculture and farming, and educating people how they could do better in different aspects of their field. Rather, they were broadcasting religious knowledge. Christian activities. The missionaries came and created a soft landing spot for the colonial masters and slave traders who came relying on the information that was taken by intelligence. Now, I want to ask you a question. How come somebody like Bishop Francis Ajayi Crowther was captured into a slave, he became a slave, and the same people who took you into slavery forcefully stole you from your parents and your people and sold you at a given amount you were not shared with, converted you into a reverend father to the extent that you became a bishop, and Bishop Francis Samuel Ajayi Crowther is the first black West African to become a bishop after being captured into slavery. That means there was a bought over. That means somebody must have been taught the business aspect of propagating the false message of religion. And if you look at it carefully, you will understand the impact and influence of such bishop whose grandson Abatakule later founded the first political party in Nigeria. Politics and religion came hand in hand with each other. Now, when the British came and saw the place that was given to them from the Congo Conference or the Berlin Conference called Nigeria, it's a place that has been invaded from the north by jihadis, the Fulani Janjaweed, as Nnamdi Kanu we call them. They came to Nigeria, unknowing to those white people, they have created a caliphate in the name of opposing religion, which is Islam. And the British saw that it will be catastrophic and unprofitable for them to start fighting with those caliphates over who is going to be the owner of Nigeria. Rather, they made a truce and agreement. They amalgamated that farmland called Nigeria and handed it to the Fulanis and told them to guide and protect it and make sure that it's always in their control, never to allow it to fall into the hands of the enlightened ones, which is the other regions. And up to today, no matter how Nigeria's economy have crashed, no matter how the Nigerians are suffering, the people who are behind this careless amalgamation are always benefiting. And all our sufferings, all our problems are created in a dynamics that favor, that create access to these people who came to invade our land. So whenever you hear the word item 7, remember that Africa was shared on a round table, just like a cake among European giants, such that Nigeria was given to Britain, Cameroon was given to France, Congo was given to Belgium, and so on and so forth. And they came and colonized us with a religion that is against our forefathers and against who we are. Share this video. Let people wake up. Thank you.